Okay, so shall I share my screen now?
Cool. Yeah, just go ahead, Priyanshu.
So we will be following with the solution that of the assignment that I provided. So let's start with arithmetic operators. So let me create a function right now. If you have seen the previous.
So, sorry, Priyanshu, would you like to set the context?
So this is the assignment that I've given, right? I've asked to learn about arithmetic operators, comparison, logical, and conditional stuff, so that we can further proceed with the video lectures on
Yes.
Monday. Yeah, if we do not understand this, then we won't be able to complete the first task, which is the voting. Uh, Create a voting application plus an ERC20 application. That will be the assignment for the next week after you see the video that I will be posting on Monday. So before that, so these are the prerequisites that you need to learn. I have given the assignment, so those students who are actually good at coding or who has already done, they might be familiar with these concepts. If you are not, then I am just telling you these basic fundamental concepts, so that it will be easier for you to create the application that I will be providing next week.
So Gideon, I think there was a question. The assignment was to read this, and we posted this multiple times on WhatsApp and Discord. What I would request folks is please do follow whatever instructions that we are giving. Like if you have any questions, please reach out to us. And we're also putting this in the Notion doc that I shared with you. Okay. Anyways, if you have attempted learning these concepts, that's fine. But if that is not the case, don't worry. Priyanshu will be explaining and going through those concepts now. And as he said, these concepts are important for you to create 2 gaps next week. There will be 2 assignments next week. So this is the basic ground that we are setting. Gideon, please, I think. Okay, you have to follow us on WhatsApp and Discord, buddy. No, sorry about that. Priyanshu, go ahead. Let's get started.
So you might so in the application you might be wondering why can't we perform some operations. So in the videos I haven't shown anything about the operations because I presumed that you guys know, but now I will show you how you can actually perform arithmetic operations in this part. Okay, so for that you definitely need to create a function. So I will name it addition, and I am assuming that you know about the parameter stuff, and I will give 2 parameters, which is a, u, and then another one is b. Okay, and I'll make it public. Now you might be wondering, why am I writing pure? If yes, then kindly watch the last video. Returns, retu returns, and I will be returning an integer, and now I will be adding these 2 numbers. So what do you think it will be? Return underscore a plus underscore b. So now what will happen? These 2 parameters will add, and the return value will be an integer. And let's try to deploy this contract and just see if what I'm doing is working fine or not. 10, 20 or 30, which will be 40. As you can see, it works perfectly fine. Now addition, then subtraction. You and same parameters. You be public pure. Had I been doing this with state variable, then I wouldn't have to write this pure as well as this returns, because you cannot return value in when you are making changes to state variable. So you have to like emit those things. So I'm going to return. Okay, yeah, you might be wondering, why am I writing underscore? So this is a convention that you actually follow if you are giving parameter value in any sort of function. Try writing an underscore so that you will be able to differentiate. So it's a convention that is followed in Solidity world. So it's fine if you don't give, doesn't matter. But try to give underscore in the parameter value. And now what I'm going to do is recompile and deploy. I will add, I will subtract 30 and 10. So what will be the value? It will be, of course, 20. But oh my god, Kiran, can you see my screen? My secondary display just got off.
I can see your screen.
Okay, now we'll do multiplication. So it's not the X symbol, it's the star symbol in computer stuff or in Solidity stuff. And I'll do again two values, uint A and uint
Sorry to interrupt.
B.
We just copy paste the function, right? And just change the function.
Yeah, my bad. I know these stupid stuff. Control Alt down. Now, as you can see, I have done it. Now these two values will be multiplied, so you can just simple stuff, multiplication. I'll do 10 and 20, 30, which will be like 300. Yeah, looks good. And the last and the fine, not the last, but it is the second last. There's one more thing that you need to learn. Control Alt down, and it is the division. We will divide two values, which is 4 and 2. Recompile, redeploy, and I'm going to do 10 and 2, and it should be 5. Works fine. Now it's the modulo function, which okay, I did it 2 times. modulo, which is the remainder thing. So 4 by 2, what is the remainder? It is 0. 5 by 2, what's the remainder? It's 1. So modulo just returns the remainder of two values. Just let me show you modulo 5 and 2. It's 1. We have probably completed the arithmetic operators. So any doubt in that? These things?
The addition operator can also be used to add strings, right? If I'm not wrong.
Addition can all in string. Let's try. I haven't done concatenation, but it should be able to do it. EC. Yeah, actually in Solidity, you are not supposed to do that much of string or string stuff because it does a lot of computation. So instead of that, you use bytes 32.
Function.
Yeah, so now I don't want to just perform a lot of error. I will just do at the last after like this conditional operator. I will try to clear it out. Let's do the comparison operator.
I'll try it out
repeat?
myself. I'll try it out myself. No issues.
So what if it returns in its uint, right? It won't return negative stuff. If it was integer, it will return a negative stuff. And in Solidity, try avoiding negative stuff.
Can you please explain why would you use pure?
Pure. The reason being we are not, not dealing with any sort of state variable. So if I write uint a is equal to 10 as a state variable and uint b is equal to 5. Now if I try to perform operation on this, then we will not write pure. Function change state subtraction public. That's it. That's it. Now how am I supposed to, I can't return the two values, I would say, but what I can do is I can write uint public C, and in C I will assign the negative of these two values, which is C is equal to A minus B. So in this case, could you please repeat the use of underscore? Underscore is just a convention. If you are using values as parameter, try using underscore. So it has no value, even it has no meaning. It's just a way of doing it. Even if you write something like this, it's just absolutely fine. It's as a developer perspective. So if you are doing something like this and you are changing and assigning values to the state variable, then you do not write pure, you only write public. And in this case, you cannot return value, so you have to log it, which for which you need to create an event logging. Event value. So now what I do is log emit, EMIT, logging C. So as you can see, I'll just compile and deploy, and I will click on this change. First, I will see the value of C. It's 0. I'll see that I will click on this change state, and I will look at the transaction that is created. And as you can see in the log, the value is 5 now. Means C's value is 5 now. As you can see, it's 5. So there is no way of returning values when you are changing state in Solidity. Comparison operator. Before that, let's learn about if-else statement. Let me create a function. If-else. Let's name it if-else. Now, what I'm going to do, public return Boolean. We will return Boolean. If A, you know what we can do is, let's assume that A is always greater than B. Okay, so I'm going to write if A is greater than B, then it will return true. Else, it will return false. What I'm going to write, make A as the daddy. Oh no, as the greater guy. Just assume this is the statement, right? And you have to write an if-else statement. If A is greater than B, then it will return true, else it will return false. Is emit a way to print? It's a way to log. Printing will be like a temporary stuff, but if you log stuff, then it will be stored permanently, I would say, in the blockchain. Not in the blockchain, it will be stored off chain, but you can view it by the transaction hash. There is like this is a transaction hash. If you can copy, then this log will be stay in the blockchain, and you can view at what time or at what transaction time this value changed, and what was its value during that time, during none of these time. But when you are printing, I guess you are just forgetting what is actually happening in other programming languages, if you try to compare. And if you write indexed, IDEXED, so there is something known as indexed value, and in this way you can actually clearly see what is the value, what was the value during that transaction state. But if you do not write the index, then it will be like a very mashed up version, like a very compressed thing, and it is not that easy to read. And the problem with indexed is it costs a little bit more gas, plus you can only use three indexed values in when you are emitting. So as what else? If else we have completed it. If else, now let's learn about comparison operator. Please. Yeah, any doubt up till now?
Is logging a already built-in event, or you have defined it?
No, I have defined it. You can write anything. Yeah, it works just as fine. Now I guess I need to Control Z because I copied and pasted something else. Yeah, Control X, and now we will do the comparison operator. So here we compared the greater than symbol, just like the greater than, can you tell that index thing again? Okay, so first I probably need to create a video, because the reason being, if you need to understand the indexed stuff properly, then you need to actually deploy it via injected web3 and go to a block explorer and then check, and then you will actually be able to understand the difference between the indexed thing and the non-indexed thing. So probably I will create a video on that, because now you are doing it locally. I didn't get the logging. Logging is just okay. Okay, just give me one second. Whiteboard. Let me open the whiteboard. Can you see the whiteboard now, Tanish? It's just loading. Okay, so there is a state variable. Okay, state variable a is equal to 5. Okay, and you are changing this value from 5 to 6. Okay, so every time you change the state variable, there is a state change in the blockchain, and you can trigger a state change via a transaction only. So every transaction will have a hash. It will have a like 0x, long hash thingy, right? So there is something known as a block explorer, right? Block explorer. When you actually copy and paste this hash, okay, in the block explorer, it will show the details of, okay, this value got changed from 5 to 6 during this point of time. So events will help in logging those stuff. But in this case, we are using events only because we cannot see the changes done, or because we cannot return, right? If you can see in pure functions, what we are able to do is we are able to return values. But when you are changing the state variable, you won't be able to return. If I write, a public returns event, okay, and what I'm going to return is return C, you will not be able to see the returned value of C. So this is how Solidity works. Wait, let me deploy this, and now I will look at this. I will click on this. Do you see anything? Do you see anything? Means 5. Do you see the value 5? But the C's value is now 5. Can you see it here? Just like in division, if I write like 6, 3, because it's a pure function, I can see a value 2. Can you see anything here? No, nothing. So what is the solution to that? So a temporary, not temporary, in blockchain world, you have to log it, right? Now, if I make sense, if not, I will try to explain it again.
We can do the same thing using console.log as well, na?
But console.log inbuilt. We are using hardhat.sol, right? You're using import hardhat/sol. Hardhat.sol import. What import? What was that? Do you remember? Import
hardhat/console.log as well.
hardhat/console dot. So we are using hardhat's console.sol. Plus, you won't be able to record the transaction. Here, you will be able, if you see that every transaction that we are creating, there is a unique hash. And this hash, when you click and search it on a block explorer, I will create a video on block explorer, then you will be able to see that, okay, during this time, the value got changed from 10, value got changed from 0 to 5. Okay. Then if you change it from 6 to 10, it's something, change, then that will be a unique transaction hash. When you copy paste that in the block explorer, you will see, okay, during this time, the value got changed from 5 to 10. Now you have the recorded thing in the blockchain, but in console.log, you will forget, the blockchain will forget that during this time, this thing happened. Make sense?
Yes, yes, making sense.
So now what we were doing, we created this greater than, right? Now what we need to do is if else, let me just distinguish it. Now what we will do, if else less than. We are, instead of, let's hard code these values, right? If A is equal to 10, B is equal to 20, let me write something like that. Equal to 20. What we will make it, what I'm trying to do right now, we have two things defined here, right? So instead of pure, what we will do is view. We will make it view, and we will access the state variables now. Okay, this we are accessing. That's why I have written view. Now, if A greater than B, instead of this, we will write. Now, I guess everything is fine. Just give me a second. No, what is the error? Yeah, shut up. If A greater than B, it is pure, it's not pure, it's view. Yeah, everything is fine. I'm accessing the state variable. And if A is greater than B, is A greater than B? Yes, so it will print true. So I'm writing it less than, instead of less, I will write it if else greater than. I have done greater than already. Now I will do if else less than, lesser than. Lesser than, and I will write if A less than B, then return true, else return false. Every time the answer will be same, but you know what? Just try to deploy it. Assignment. What? So cringe. Give me a second. Give me a second. Now my remix doesn't work. Yep. Now it works fine. Yeah, things like this happen. Now what I'm making is I will just delete everything that I've written so that we can only view this comparison thing. Now A is greater than B, so it will return true. Is A less than B, it will return false, right? Just deploy this contract and try to. Yeah. Now, if else greater than, it will write true and it will give me false. And now, if I write A is equal to 5 and B is equal to 10, then the reverse will happen. Now, this is false and this is true. I hope that this thing makes sense. It's just, is A greater than B? No. Is A less than B? No. Something like that. Equal to. Now something. What if both the values are same? A less than B. You tell me, if is 10 less than 10? No. Then it will write false in this case. Is 10 greater than 10? 10 greater than 10? No, false. Now equal to, we will learn about equal to in a different way. So as you can see, right, I am assigning this with a single equal to. If I write here as if A equal to B, then it will be an assignment operator and it might show an error, right? See, what is the UN type is not implicitly converted to type bool. See, it means that what we have to do is create double equal to. Now double equal to means comparison. It is like if 10 equal to 10, then return true, else return false. Loy. Now, what do you think the answer will be in this case? Just type it. Before you type, I'll just write the other function. Type, guys, type. Okay. So here the value will be true because A's value is 10, B's value is also 10. So the value will be true because A is equal to B at this time. Now, some of you guys or Shrey asked, what if both of the value are Shrey asked, what if both of the value are same? We need to see that, hey, I want to create a function that will show me that if first value is same or it is less than 10, means how am I supposed to say, if A is less than or equal to B, then you can return me true. So if A is equal to 10 or if A is less than equal to 10, then give me the value true, else return me the value false. That is I write it greater than equal to, it is lesser than equal to. Okay, the same thing goes with greater than equal to. Now, if A is 10, if I write it 15, is A greater than equal to B? Yes, it will return true, else it will return false. Same thing. Now, not equal to. Now, the thing about not equal to is, it will say that if well, yeah, not equal to. Let me write not equal. If 5, so basically we use W's for comparison and equal to is for assigning. Yes. Now we will write not equal to. What not equal to does is like, if 5 not equal to 5, what do you think the value should be? Is 5 not equal to 5? False, because 5 is equal to 5. 5 is equal to 5. So if anything except this statement means any value like 4 not equal to 5 true, 3 not equal to 5 true, 2 not equal to 5 true, but 5 not equal to 5 false. Yes, that's it. Anything else that we left in comparison operators? No. So let's talk about logical operators. Okay. I mean, give me one minute. Suppose there will be a situation in which you need to make it like, hey, if this condition satisfied as well as this condition satisfied, how will you do it? You can make it like nested if under if something like that. Or what you can do is this logical AND. What logical AND does is like, if this first statement is true and second statement, there is a, I'm making it as a blank, if and second statement is also true, then go to this, else you go to this. That is a logical AND. If I make it logical OR, either this should be true or this should be true, then it will go to then statement, else it will go to the else statement. So that's it. I guess we have covered the basics. Do you want to learn anything else about arrays and stuff? No, I guess I forgot to tell about the for loops. Function. Yeah, three loops. No, I will only go with for loop because for loop is the most widely used, and I guess you will avoid using while loop in Solidity because you need to know the fixed number. Wait, someone called me. Function for loops and public view. Not public view. We will make it just public, and what we will do is. Have you explained arrays? No, I have not. I will explain it now if you want. I thought of creating a video, but again, it is just a repetitive stuff. What we will do is we will emit. Just let me delete everything. What I want to do is print from 1 to 100. How am I supposed to do that? Function. So I will emit it because in order to return an array of 1 to 100, it will be like really difficult. So what I'm going to do is just emit it. Event, I'll create an event, just log uint value. Now I'm going to create a for loop for uint. No, if I want to log a value 10 times, okay, how am I supposed to do it? I'm going to write emit log 1. I want to print 1 10 times, or I want to log 1 10 times. What I'm going to do is I will click this button 10 times. I have some tricks. I will just click it once and it will show me the logged value 1. I will click it another time. I will click it another time. I will click it another time and click it 10 times. Okay. Or what I can also do is I can emit this and I can copy this 10 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and one more time. 10. It will do the same stuff. See, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So as you can see, I am like copying and pasting a lot of time and it is becoming redundant. So what I can do is just to imitate the same thing. Now the previous example that I showed, I clicked it 10 times. So I'm creating different transactions. So here it is in a same transaction. Now in order to do it in the same transaction, I need to create a for loop and for uint. First is I is equal to 0. It will start from index 0. I less than 10. Why am I writing less than 10? Because 0 to 9 is 10 values. So what I can also do is I less than equal to 9. I plus plus. So just mug this up, okay, this statement. So this will start from this, then it will check is the value of I is less than 9. Yes, it will go inside. Then it will increment like plus 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 plus, and it will rotate until this value becomes false. Once the value I is equal to 10, then it will break out of the loop. Now what I'm going to write is emit log control X. See, that's the only thing that you need to do in order to log this value 10 times. So instead of like creating so much long stuff, we reduced every the repetitive. Now I'm going to deploy.
What if you want to print a string 10 times in for loop? What we have to do? Do we have to do it via console.log?
No, you can log it string. See, you can log string as well. But in I'll show you one thing. So that's the concatenation that was like told in the first example. So in Solidity, string computation is like very expensive in sort of gas. So what people actually do is we convert this string to bytes 32. So basically loop is used to reduce the code size by deploying the same function again and again. Like if we need a particular operation multiple times. Yes, yes, yes. So, just where was I? I was
Can
doing
we
something.
send a count, for example, if we have a counter variable and we want to increment it, then can we
You were
Yes.
send
telling
that?
that you need to convert string to byte for better.
Yes. Yeah. We need
optimization.
to convert string into byte. So, another thing, let's just go out of the, flow and let me show you one thing. Okay. If you want to compare two strings, function compare two strings, and I write string memory A, string memory B, public pure returns a bool. Okay. Now I want to check if A, imagine that A has like Shrey and B has like uh, what Goel. I want to check if these two values are same or not. How am I supposed to do? Just open up your mic and just tell a wild guess.
Equals to or dot equals
So
something
okay,
like.
yeah, let's do it. If A equal to B, return true, else return false. Error, not compatible with string memory. It will show this error. Now what are we going to do it? So in order to compare or in order to convert a string, a triple equal to it's in JavaScript, bro. So okay, if we want to convert a string to bytes, what we have to do is we have to use a built-in function like ABI dot encode. Okay, so just let me create another function where I will just function return bytes, string memory blah blah blah, and public pure and what we have to do bytes. What I'm going to do is ABI dot encode and I'll write blah blah. Okay, first I need to comment this what. Okay, return return and I need to comment this because this is a wrong code. Now what ABI encode ENCODE. See, everything works. So what will happen? The string will get converted to bytes in this case. Okay, now I'll write blah 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 blah, and as you can see, there is a lot of like random values with a padding, right? But in this case, we do not need these extra zeros. So what we will do is like we will write encode pad. Okay, now I'm going to deploy it again, and if I just copy paste this, and as you can see, the extra zeros are gone. Now you might be wondering that hey, we got this value and now we can just directly compare it, right? Well, in Solidity it's a little bit difficult to compare two strings. You cannot even do directly this. If you do directly directly compare bytes, it will also show an error. Wait, let me show you. Now what I'm going to do, ABI dot encode fact ENCODE. What does application binary interface? you don't have to worry about this at this point of time. So abi.encode packed, and I am converting the string to bytes at this point of time. Okay, then abi.encode packed b. Another parenthesis. Yes, it will still show an error. It will show that operator is not compatible with bytes memory. Now what to do again? We have to cryptographically, cryptographically hash this KSAC 256. Let's contract out. Yes, KECCACK probably KSAC 256. You KECCAK. C6. Wait, well, I guess I'm right. Yeah, KSAC 256 abi.encode packed KSAC. Just mug it up. Okay, if you need to compare two strings, just mug it up. You have to do this way, and there is no other way of comparing. 256 abi.encode packed b. There you go. Now the error will go away. Now you can compare it. So the step one is to my laptop keeps falling down. The step one is to first convert it from string to bytes, and then you have to cryptographically hash it with KSAC 256 function, and then you have to compare. Else you won't be able to compare. So that's the rule. You have to mug it up, to be honest. Now I can write Shrey Goel. It will show false. Now if I write Shrey, it will show what? Shrey and space. Shrey, true. That's how you can actually compare two strings. So where was I? I just forgot. I was in like for loops, right? I've completed for loops. Anything else that you need to learn? Arrays. What if Shrey and Shrey, like it will show false? They are different. Now what? I feel like creating a session for what do we say, arrays, but again I'm also a little bit skeptical. Okay, you can create arrays of any data type. You can create string array, you can create integer array, you can create any array in Word. Okay, so there are two types of arrays. So comparing is done on the basis of ASCII. Yes, in every language that is done on the basis of ASCII. My laptop is falling down. So but to be very honest, comparing string and performing string operation on Solidity. Now this is a pure function. This was a pure function, so it was just fine. But making performing computation on string on Solidity should be avoided as much as possible. Try making it to just bytes 32 and stuff. That's why in Medium articles you will find things like try avoiding string computation in Solidity. If you just check the gas fees that are used in returning or changing the values of string, you will see that how much it is and how it is computationally heavy. Now just let's talk about array. So for example, you need a data structure. Can someone write the keyword here in chat? That string KSAC. K is wait. Again, I might be K. SAC 256. Let me again see it. KECCAK 256. Yes, exactly. Now, suppose you need to create a data structure that will hold the same type of value multiple times. For example, we have like for example we have arrays in that case, ARRAY, right? So how are you? There is no such keyword like array. Okay, so how are you supposed to store in an array? You declare something like a square bracket after this uint data type. Suppose I need to create a array of uint type. So you make it like uint, two square brackets, then public, and you name it something like array, AR, which is equal to, and now you are making it of a fixed size. Okay. So what you can do is 1, 2, 3, 3, 4, 5. This is kind of not fixed size to be very honest, because you can perform. Let's focus on dynamic type. There is a different way of making a fixed size array. So at this point of time, we will talk about dynamic array, in which the size of this array can be, manipulated. We can decrease, we can increment, and we can even increment the size of the array. Now at this point of time, it is 5 slots. Means this is index 1, it is index 0, this is index 1, this is index 2, this is index 3, this is index 4. Okay. Always the index is less than the current position, to be honest. Means in other words, 0, index starts from 0, then 1, then 2, then 3, then 4, then yeah, that's it. It's because there are four elements in this array. Okay. Now I need to perform array operations. If you are creating an array, then you need to learn about the operation. Suppose I need to delete this element. Suppose I need to insert one element in this array. How am I supposed to do that? Not for, I need to create a function delete element public, because we will be what do we say, I need to create a function in which you can see the entire array at one time. So for that I need to just return the array, function, just for the sake of convenience, return array public view returns uint memory, return AR. This is the way of returning an array. Now you might be wondering why if I've written something like public, then why can't it return the entire array at one time? You will see after I just deploy this smart contract. Okay, I need to first, let's just see how the array looks like after deploying this contract. As you can see, this is the array ARR, and there is a value, uint. What is this? We haven't even created a parameterized function. What is this uint 256 showing? So it will, so in Solidity, the arrays are, constructed in such a way that you need to provide the index number, and it will show the value corresponding to the index number. So in this case, if I write 2, then the value returned will be 3. See, as you can see, the value is 3. So how are we supposed to return the entire array? So this is the way of returning an entire array. Just learn it, and the moment I click on this, it will return 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 completely. Suppose now we will see, if you have done any sort of other programming language, if you delete this third element, then the size will automatically decrease in the dynamic type array. Here, the value will not decrease. The size of this array will remain the same, and this value 3 will get converted to 0, which is the default value. What I'm going to do, I am using a keyword named delete, D-E-L-E-T, delete, and what was that? And I'll name the array ARR, and I'll remove the index 2. Okay. Now the second index got deleted. Okay, as you can see, the array is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The moment I click on this delete element, this 3 will get removed and it will get converted to 0. As you can see, 1, 2, 0, 4, 5. Now, how am I supposed to tackle this mistake? Suppose I only want, this. I only want this array to delete and the size to get reduced. How am I supposed to do that? Well, we will come to the solution. You will write the solution yourself. I will just show you one trick, and your homework will be, to implement that trick. Okay. So Yeah, this is the mistake of Solidity. We can't, pop. So if we pop it, then what will happen? The last element will get reduced, right? I'm coming to pop function, pop element, public. What we are going to do is arr.pop. Let me show you in our whiteboard. As you can see, this is the whiteboard, and there is one array. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 5. When I click on the pop thing, bro, can you tell what is like array like this? Like a group of similar numbers or similar strings or similar anything similar, anything in bracket. So in JavaScript it is possible, right? You can write 2, 3, 4, then Ramu, Shamu, anything, but not in Solidity. So the moment when you pop an element, what will happen? You cannot like pop like 3 from this array. Then what will happen? 2, 1, 2, 4, 5. You are expecting something like this. Then it will not happen in Solidity. What will happen if you write arr.pop? Then what will happen? 1, 2, 3, 4. The fifth element will get removed. Okay. But what I want to do is I want to delete 2, but I want to keep the 4. So if I delete 2, 1, 0, 3, 4, what do you think the logic should be? If anyone knows the logic of deleting, just kindly tell me, or I'll tell you. No one? Okay, so what we can do is we can swap these two elements. So it will like 1, 4, 3, 0, and then what we can do is pop the last element, which is the 0, and we can pop it and we can make the size as 1, 4, 3. That's how you can actually do it. Shifting elements. Yes, true. So that's the only way. Now the disadvantage is like it is 1, 4, 3, which is a little bit weird and it is not organized, just like the way it was in the beginning. So this is the downside of it. But if you try to just rearrange this as 1, 3, 4, then it will cost gas. You can't do that. Haha, psych. So yeah, I guess we covered the popping of the element. So this is your homework, is to write the logic of this shifting element. Very simple. Okay, very simple. Just think twice. Think the assignment operators that I shown. Not the why memory is you, because the reason being, you cannot directly return the array. So what we will do is we will copy this entire array to this memory, okay, and then we will return. We cannot directly return. Okay. Now this might be a little bit confusing. Yeah, I am waiting for your confirmation, Arvind. Okay, now what I will do is I have shown you how to pop element. I have shown you how to delete element. So there is one thing left: how to add element. Function add element. Again, very simple. Just like we did a push, we will make it something. Sorry, we make it that pop. We will make something known as push. Public. Now what I'm going to do, arr dot push. Now what to push? Push what? Some number, right? So I will push 10. Or I will also create a function add element. Please don't erase your code. Keep it. No. This was the assignment. You have to do it on your own. I'm just solving the assignment. Now what I will do is make it as value. There's something. Okay. Now I will be adding element, and I will be adding some custom elements. So as you can see in add element, first is this one is add element, which is non-parameterized. So I'll click on this and I'll return the value, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 10. Now what I will do is like 11001111 something like that, and I will add element and I'll return the value. As you can see, this value got pushed into the end of this array. Now what's left is, suppose I need to tell the front-end developer, hey buddy, so instead of this returning this entire array, what I will do is ask the front-end developer, hey buddy, this is the size of the array, iterate it from 0 to 1 and you will be able to get the entire array, right? So what will happen, the front-end developer will call the function with the index that is provided by this following function. Okay, like I will show you in a proper way, don't worry. Function provide array size, and public view returns unit. ARR dot not length, length, ARR dot length. So array dot length will provide you the size of the array, which is like 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6. I'm assuming that it will not show 6, it will show 7. Hope so, it will show 7 or it will show 6, something like that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. At this point of time, it is 5, and provide size. It will show 5. Yeah, it will show 5, and I will tell that I'll tell to the front end developer, hey, I am deleting this function because this function is actually not good. Okay, you are not supposed to return entire array, because if some other smart contracts call this function, then it might exhaust all the gas. So that's I'll give a detailed video on this. So we will give the length of the array, and we will tell the array, okay, hey buddy, this is the function. Keep putting the index up till the end of the size, and you will get all the value. Okay. So how is the front end developer going to say, or how the front end developer is going to view all the elements? I have the array function. The array function takes in a index size and returns the index value. Okay, I have 1, 2, 3, 4. The size is 4. Okay, if I send index 0, it will show me 1. If I send index 1, it will show me 2. If I send index 3, index 2, it will return 3. And if I give index 3, it will return me the value 4. I have the size of the array, and I know the starting index, which is always 0. So what I can do is write a script in the front end, and I will call this function 4 times with counting from 0 to 1, 0 to 4 or 0 to 3, and it will give me the entire array. So in this way, the front end developer will be able to retrieve the entire array. So we do not have to create functions like this. So what we can do is just provide the end array value, and that will be easier for the front end developer or the other smart contract that is calling this function. So this might be a little bit weird or a little bit confusing for you, but that's the way how you should do it in a smart contract. So I guess we should wrap the session now. Please tell me any what do we say, any doubts that you have.
Can you please re-explain the difference between the init, like the event, and the console log?
I don't get it. Means your mic is weird. Can anyone translate?
Actually, I was thinking, can you please re-explain what's the difference between the event and console log?
Console dot is something that is provided. Okay, you just go and search about hardhat. What is a hardhat? Hardhat is a tool that is for like compiling, deploying smart contract. It's a tool. It is a feature that is provided by hardhat. It is not inbuilt in Solidity.
Okay.
So plus when you are console.logging, right, you won't be able to view that in transactions. I'm pretty sure you won't be able to view that. It is just for checking at what stage the value is changing. And now if you even do console.log, you won't be able to see the proper value. It will be a complete HTML tag, or it will be a JSON thing that you will see. You won't be able to see the proper thing because they are they're not fixing the problem, or the remix is not fixing. It's either a hard hat problem or it's a remixes problem. But in Solidity or in the blockchain space, if you want to print a value, then you need to log it via the event stuff. Right? It's also a cheap way of storing. Okay, someone was in the waiting room from such a long time. Okay, so where was I? Yeah, so if you want to log something, you have to create a event, and event is a cheap way of storing the transaction. Sorry, the value of the state variable at a particular point of time. To be very honest. Anything else? Hey, Sulkefal, if you give me a second. If you have like any other doubt, just ping me. I will what I will find a time and I will explain you in detail if you have like any other doubt. Yeah, go ahead. Someone was asking.
Yeah, I wanted to ask, like, as a developer, you wrote lots of contracts. So, is there any logic where you have to use array in smart contract? I just wanted to like know the practical. Yeah.
Yeah,
Can you share
you
it to
will.
us?
Okay. You will be. You are asking that if we need where we need arrays, right? We will be creating. Yeah, so arrays or mapping, there are two types of stuff. It doesn't matter how you or which thing you use, but arrays in the upcoming there will be a challenge for you guys, which will be to create a voting contract, right? For that, there will be a function that I will ask you to create, in which you will have to return every single guy who voted and the amount he voted. How are you going to return it? I want you to return it entirely. You need to first create an array, then you need to push the value, and then you need to return the values entirely. Right? It's not practical, but probably you need arrays for like storing a huge amount of stuff. Or suppose you are creating a custom data type, structs. If you have gone through some other programming like C++ stuff, then you need to create a struct. And if you want to store every struct value, how are you going to store multiple struct value? You need to create an array, and then you need to push the value to the array. Every time mapping is not feasible, right?
Okay, got it.
Anything else? Okay, so yeah, in ERC20 also you do not need the array, but in a voting contract you will need the use of arrays. Anything else?
Cool. Any other questions, guys?
No. We will be announcing.
Zulkifal, ping me for the WhatsApp group. Okay. Priyanshu, go ahead.
Yeah, no. I was telling that we do everything in Discord, right? So, I mean, all the announcements are also made in Discord. So if you are in Discord, it's just as good.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, cool. Guys, I'll quickly talk about the logistics for next week. So we will be releasing one video tomorrow and another video on Monday. And we will also there are two assignments for next week. One is in voting tab and another one is ERC20, right, Priyanshu?
Yeah, you have to complete both of them in 1 week.
Yeah. So we'll give you the instructions on how to do that. And also, please, I have sent you the Notion document. Please bookmark that. We will try to upload everything, even including this recording, in the next couple of hours on the Notion doc. I know, like, it's not at one place on the website, but like we are actually using the Notion doc as go to solution to access all the materials. Okay. So that's one. So two videos to one tomorrow, day after tomorrow, Monday another one, and then two assignments.
Actually, Monday, Kiran, I have just covered the array here itself. So
okay, okay. Then I think people can use this video, the recording to watch the stuff.
Yeah,
Kiran,
I guess the
just
recording is.
Kiran,
Yes,
I
Sumit?
wanted to ask, are you guys going to discuss about that dashboard from A16Z right now, or maybe later about the project?
I don't know how many of the folks here are interested in the dashboard thing. Sumit, like I'll touch base with you on offline. Let me coordinate with you. I wanted to discuss, but guys, let me take a quick poll. Like, how many would like to talk about that project that I posted on the Discord? I don't know how many folks would be interested. Sumit is interested. Okay, let me wrap this up, and then whoever is interested can stay further, and then okay, but that's kind of the announcements for next week. Priyanshu, anything to add?
I forgot.
I know.
So, Kiran, should I catch up you in the Discord channel itself?
Sumit, I'll coordinate with you offline. I think you're outside, right? And go ahead.
Yes,
I'll coordinate with you. Yeah, go ahead. Sorry about that. I know you logged in multiple times. I'll coordinate.
Okay, thank you, Kiran.
The creepy laugh. I love that. Okay. Cool. Any other questions, guys? And also, one small request is, I think we have completed week one. This is a humble request. Please provide as much feedback as possible to us. With regards to, I think with regards to content, most of you guys are happy, but like with regards to the processes, with regards to everything, how this course is shaping up, please provide feedback. And we want most of the, if possible, in a critical feedback for us to go back, improve the processes, and make this better and better, right? So yeah, of course, positive feedback is most welcome because that will give us most motivation and encouragement as well. Okay, cool. On that note, if you don't have any specific questions with regards to Solidity, I'll take like just only 10 minutes to talk about the project that I have mentioned on the Discord. Is it good to go, guys? Cool. Let me quickly talk about that. So if you go to the Discord, this is where I posted about that particular. If you go to Web3 projects under projects, so this is where I posted the problem statement. I'll give you a brief overview about what this is all about, right? So go to this website called defipulse.com. I'm sure most of you know it, but like in case if not, like you can open it if you're in front of the computer or on your phone. So DeFi Pulse is a dashboard which actually provides you the one-stop solution of all the information with regards to the DeFi protocols, right? So these are all different, set of DeFi protocols. There is name of the protocol, which chain that is being built, and what is in the DeFi consists of multiple sub verticals as well. So there is lending, there is DEX, there is assets, there is derivatives, payments, multiple factors, and then there is a total value lock, right? So the success of the DeFi protocol is proportional to the TVL, that is being built on. Is proportional to the most TVL in terms of the volume, the number that is there on the protocol. So so that's why this is in the order of that. The TVL 7.9 maker is considered to be number one top protocol there, and then 1 day difference, etc. and all. And this is on a higher level thing, and then you have blogs and they have newsletters, this DeFi list. So primarily talking about, and there are like different set of categories here, right? Trading, analytics, stable coins. So if you click on anything, let's go to derivatives. You'll understand what are all the derivative platforms that that are available in the DeFi thing here. So you can understand what is the present landscape, what are these protocols doing, etc. Okay. Now coming back to this particular project, right? And so this particular project is kind of one of the requirement, from one of the BC guys from A16Z. So he wants to look into. Let me open this, project thing. So he wants to kind of look into. I mean, he wants to have a dashboard similar to what DeFi Pulse is there in the creator economy space. Okay. So when you mean by creator economy space, right? So there is separate exclusive dashboard around the NFT space at this point of time. Okay. So the way how we could think through, again, this is where the brainstorming has to come in, and I will actually share a Google Doc where if you want to put in your thoughts, put in your thoughts. So primarily, I was kind of thinking through what are the different set of NFT areas that are out there here. Let me quickly make a small note here. To kind of jot down the thoughts. So similar to what DeFi has payments, derivatives, etc., and all, right? So NFTs also fall under multiple categories there. Okay. So NFTs for artists. Let's say first thing is to say that graphic artists, right? So people who are just making some sort of JPEGs, etc., and all. And then there is music artists here, that are shaping up. And then there is music consists of multiple things, right? There is singers, everything encompassing those areas. Okay, and then you can even talk about sports entities that are actually shaping up. Sports entities is a very big component of it. Okay, and anything related to creator economy. We need to, of course, we need to identify the first task is similar to what DeFi protocol has, the different set of divisions there. So the question here is identifying different verticals in the NFT space, right? Let's see if we can open up OpenSea here. Let's also open by OpenSea is always slow. And like if you yeah, I think this is the ones that we're looking at, right? And also there is art, there is collectibles, domain names, music, photography, sports, trading cards, utility, virtual worlds, etc. and all, right? So these are all the categories similar to what we have, here in the DeFi, Pulse here, to start with. Makes sense? And then if you go to, so let's go to art. Okay, so what is it showing here? So these are all like different set of NFTs that are being pushed by different set of people here, right? But do we get a understanding and do we get a dashboard here? And let's pick up fragments with James. Yeah, until and unless you go into that particular NFT profile, like you don't understand how many items are there, what is the volume, floor price, etc., and all that, how many have been sold in the primary market, secondary market, etc., and all. So that's a different ballgame altogether. So primarily, what one of the requirement that we can work on is identifying the different set of NFT projects that are there under the art category. Okay, and can we create some sort of a dashboard like this? Okay, of course we need to think through what all the KPIs that needs to go on onto the home page. So one of the stuff that could go through is so if you're talking about arts, so who are the the top 10 NFT projects? So something like this you can think of, again open to discussion here, right? So overall, how is NFT start what are you doing. When I mean by hobbies overall, what is 30-day volume? How many NFTs being sold? Average price, right? And then comparison growth from month over month. To start with, I think we can do month on month. Okay. And then the first big dashboard could be different set of different NFT projects, different NFT verticals. And if we can show them a picture, is how are they faring? I think that could be the good starting point, and then later on we can actually deep dive into each and every individual NFT project and can kind of go deep dive onto this. Okay. Now having said that, OpenSea is only one part of the whole game, right? So we need to identify which all platforms that we need to go through and how to integrate those. Do we have any sort of APIs there? Also look into Nancy. I don't think let's go to Nancy. Is crypto DeFi analytics here. So generally, Nansen should give stuff, but like they are pricey. Okay. Anyways, I'm just putting it here, primarily. OpenSea, Rarible, Nansen, and any other websites. So makes sense, right? So this is primarily what the kind of requirement and what we are looking to achieve. So identify the different set of verticals, NFT projects there. Identify first of all the websites, the areas where we can actually pull the data and integrate that data into our platform. And then on the top of it, create dashboards. And by the way, this is not a Web3 project per se. It's kind of a Web2 project in the Web3 sense. Okay. So that's kind of what the project is all about. Now, of course, I'll put this into requirements in a Google Sheet and then share that Google Sheet link on the Discord channel here. Take a look into this and then feel free to add your feedback. And once you are interested in taking up or doing some research, might be add your name and where you wanted to add value as well, so that we can start picking up. We can start putting together a project plan and then start working. I don't think this project should take more than 15 days for us to complete and get this live. So 15 days should be decent enough. I think we have some decent full stack front end, back end developers and all. And with regards to UA UX, might be initially we can just replicate what is there in the DeFi concept, or might be we can take a track of, we can take a look into how Nansen is projecting the data in terms of UA UX, and I think that should work. Yeah. So that's what I just wanted to give you a very brief overview. I hope you got a glimpse of what we are looking to do in the first place. Right? So, any questions, guys? Okay, cool. If you don't have any questions, so let me do one thing. I'll upload this recording along with, I'll put the requirements link on the Discord channel. So go through the Google Sheet. Please feel free to add your information there, and we can get started. Okay. Awesome. So stay tuned for the video release tomorrow, and we'll take it from there. So have a great Saturday evening, guys. Have a great good day. Take care. Until next time, cheers. Bye-bye.